During the infamous Donald Trump hush money trial, things took a peculiar and embarrassing turn when adult film actress Stormy Daniels, who was accused of having an affair with him, testified in court and revealed intimate details about the former president. However, before her testimony, Daniels spoke at the University of Oxford on June 27, 2023, where she exposed Trump's deceptive behavior towards the court. I spent all this time trying to prove these things that were real, and they didn't care. That was the first time. Then I calmed down, started getting back to a bit of normalcy in my life, as normal as it can be with the name Stormy, Daniels said. This time is very different, and part of that is 100% because of Donald. If you want to stay up to date with real-time news, remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. Now get comfortable and let's get into it. In 2018, she shared her story and has since faced relentless online attacks, abuse, and scrutiny from people accusing her of lying. Despite this, Stormy reiterated that her experiences were due to Trump's deceit in court. While the threats were previously confined to the online space, she now faces direct and terrifying threats. Here are her words. It's very different. They're direct threats. It's, "I'm going to come to your house and cut your throat. Your daughter should be sacrificed." They're posting my stuff online. People are coming to my house and attacking my innocent animals. People are shooting my horses, my son being kidnapped. After enduring repeated attempts to defend herself, Stormy Daniels reached her limit and launched a scathing verbal attack against Donald Trump. Let's hear her words. "For the record, I've slept with some really hot celebrities. Do you think I would choose that person for everyone to know about? No, it's literally like, we've all made some mistakes, some of us in the bedroom. Someone here has probably woken up next to someone they're horribly ashamed of. Oh, you just outed yourself." This was just the beginning. Prepare for the term she used to clarify her association with Donald Trump. My point is, you got out of there with minimal damage. Now imagine that happened and it was spray-painted orange and put on national TV. That's what happened to me. Nobody wants to wake up next to Donald Trump, let alone a porn star with plenty of other attractive options. Stormy Daniels also spoke about the unequal treatment she received within the system. While a woman who accused Trump of sexual abuse was awarded $5 million, Daniels was forced to pay $600,000 instead of receiving compensation. Where she was, she won her case and got $5 million. He called me crazy and a scammer. Do you realize those are literally the things he called me? She got $5 million and he got $600,000 from me. At that point, she realized that Trump would exploit her job to undermine her credibility, leading him to win the legal dispute. For me, because it fits his narrative, it makes it more disgusting that the person he had an affair with worked in the adult industry. Trump's lawyer took advantage of the fact that Stormy Daniels has extensive experience writing adult films to paint her as someone who fabricated her story of a sexual encounter with Trump. Meanwhile, Stephen Carr, the fearless late-night host who enjoys taking down Trump, discussed this point on his show on May 10th, 2024, right after Daniels testified. They tried to destabilize Stormy by suggesting that, as a porn star, she was experienced with fake sex stories, to which Stormy responded that the sex in such movies is very real, and if her story of her night with Trump had been made up, she would have written it much better. Developing such defenses runs the risk of public humiliation. Susan Chellis believed this strategy could benefit Trump, but it only worsened his image. Mr. Chellis tried to discredit Daniels as a witness, implying she was motivated by money, attacking Daniels' merchandise sales and other income sources. However, Stephen Carr saw the irony in condemning Daniels' merchandise sales, which we will see shortly. Carr portrayed her as a dishonest, money-hungry operator, attacking her social media posts and merchandise sales. For more on why it's so wrong to be a greedy, dishonest merchandise seller, please buy my God Bless America, Donald Trump, a Bible. There you have it. Several months ago, Donald Trump publicly supported an overly embellished version of the Bible from which he now profits. It seems hypocritical for someone who sells merchandise to criticize someone else for doing the same. Trump's legal team arguing that this is a defense in a criminal trial is ridiculous. Hey, if you made it this far, remember to support the channel with your like so we can always have new content for you. Additionally, Stephen Carr and Seth Meyers, two prominent late-night hosts, have heavily criticized Trump. Meyers, in particular, discussed the unpleasant and complex details of Trump's behavior that were revealed by Stormy Daniels during her court case. Check out this clip of Meyers for his explanation. For the first time, a former president has been found in contempt and threatened with jail time, and it's also the first time a former president has faced off with the porn star he had an affair with, while she described the position they were in, the silk pajamas he wore, and the magazine she spanked him with. Do not misunderstand Mrs. Daniels' account as an exaggeration. Take a moment to examine this. Someone should take that magazine and spank him with it. I'll never forget the look on his face. It seemed like no one had talked to him like that, especially a young woman who looked like me, and I said, "Give me that." I remember he didn't want to give it to me, so he did, and I said, "Turn around, pull them down." Did you tell Donald Trump to turn around and pull his pants down? Yes, and he did. He turned around and pulled his pants down a bit. He was wearing underwear, and I gave him a couple of spanks. The level of detail in her account is so vivid that it's hard to imagine the interaction never happened. This sentiment is shared not only by us, but also by lawyers, experts, news hosts, and many others. The level of detail is exquisite and sounds very believable. I'm not in the courtroom, but by all accounts, it seems she described her encounter with such detail that it has to be credible. Mrs. Daniels' description of her encounter with Trump was so vivid and degrading that even the media had trouble reporting on it. The graphic nature of her account left journalists unsure of what to include and what to leave out, as every detail was equally graphic. It was a truly grotesque spectacle in vivid detail, almost too much detail for the judge at times, who asked the prosecutors to move along. How was it in the suite? She recalled being in the bathroom and seeing a case of leather items. She recalled Old Spice and Pur Plus, and then, when she came out of the bathroom, she remembered seeing Donald Trump there. The two had sex, she said, but when she started describing that encounter, the sexual encounter, that's when the defense objected, and the judge sustained the objection. If they can't explain the details, let us do it for you. He started wearing silk pajamas but changed into his boxers before being spanked with a magazine by Mrs. Daniels for 90 seconds. Then, Michael Cohen paid her $130,000 to keep quiet about the incident. This event will undoubtedly be remembered in American history for years, as Trump is the first U.S. president to face criminal charges. Many are concerned about the impact this will have on the nation. However, Seth Meyers had a comedic perspective on the situation, stating that the scandalous nature of the story would make it impossible to teach in schools due to its obscene language, sexual content, and intricate details about former President Trump. A sincere question: how are they going to teach this era of history in high school? They can't say most of the words. A stressed-out PE teacher will have to cover it in sex ed. All right, kids, calm down. Today we're going to talk about STDs, the do's and don'ts of safe sex, and, well, the 45th President of the United States. Now, let's move on to a pretty ridiculous and degrading incident that took place in court on May 9th, 2024, while Stormy Daniels was giving her testimony against Trump. Now, we'll head to Seth Meyers for more information. They wouldn't say that a prosecutor told the judge that any sexual description his team got would be very basic and wouldn't include descriptions of genitals. I had two simultaneous reactions when I heard this. Thank God, and why not? It seems Myers has a valid point. If everything else is being discussed openly, why omit the details of the genitals? Seth Meyers shares this opinion because when someone says we're going to talk about their genitals but won't go into details, it's impossible not to think, but why? What are the details? Don't get me wrong, I really don't want to hear about Donald Trump's weird penis, but also, in a way, I want him to have to hear it. Regardless of the trial outcome, certain Republican Party members, like Sean Hannity, believe that Daniels' appearance in court was not intended to present factual evidence, but rather to embarrass President Trump. Consider the following evidence. Was she in the courtroom? She was there for a reason, and this should scare every American. She was there to humiliate and embarrass Donald Trump, in my opinion. There was a simple solution for Trump to protect himself from humiliation and embarrassment, not having sex with porn stars, not committing a criminal offense, and then lying about it. Donald Trump could have avoided all of this by abstaining from immoral actions, and now it seems he might have to face justice. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our updates. The Trump Stormy Daniels saga has undeniably been one of the most sensational and scandalous episodes in recent American political history. Stormy Daniels' candid and graphic testimony, coupled with her willingness to stand up against one of the most powerful figures in the world, has left a lasting impact on public discourse. Whether you view her as a courageous whistleblower or a controversial figure seeking attention, her role in this ongoing legal drama cannot be ignored. As the case progresses, it will be interesting to see how it shapes the future of political accountability and the intersection of personal conduct and public office. Stay tuned for more updates on this case and other significant events. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay informed. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.